Hello and welcome back to Eco. Welcome back to Man versus Meteor. Look at that, we've got the meteor so scared it won't even show itself. Rar. And a happy Halloween to those of you watching this on the day of release. So, I have done some stuff in between episodes like I said I would. Most of it was just gathering and processing resources, although this has led to some skills here getting some upgrades. So as you can see, I've hit level 6 in mining, and I went and took a very specific specialty. I have gotten the Lucky Break mining. Now the other one is the fast hands or something like that. The other one basically lets you pick up all of a single rock type in an area up to what you can carry. But the Lucky Break mining is mining rocks no longer has a chance to create large chunks. So those big ones that show up in yellow instead of green that you can't pick up no longer appear. They always break into their full thing. And in my opinion, this is just way better. And as you can see, I'm very, very close to hitting level 7. That's because a lot of what I've done has involved mining XP. So, moving on with that. Let's see. This is still... Oh, right. I hit level 6 in campfire cooking, which has a couple of benefits. I hadn't selected this yet, but for campfire cooking specifically, there is never a reason to not just take lavish workspace, since the only quote unquote work table in campfire cooking is the campfire, which can be outside and therefore has no tier requirements attached to it. The downside of it is gone. Now, of course, there's the frugal workspace, which does nothing, or the lavish workspace. So we'll take the lavish workspace. This also unlocked Wild Stew, which is really, really good. So I've now been kind of surviving off of Wild Stew and the campfire roasts, and it has left me fairly well balanced. It does reduce my variety bonus, but not too concerned about that. I have been processing resources. As you can see, I've got a bunch of sand here. That's because I've been processing a bunch of the sand into mortar. We're going to need that later. I made some windmills. I made some water wheels. Let's go ahead and grab 2 of these windmills because we need to get these put up for the purpose of... Oh, this guy right here. Let's go ahead and I think I can do this with the hammer. I can just kind of... Oh, no, wait. I have to have this in my hand. Is there a way to... Can I... Oh, there we go. Alright, we got that one. Now I kind of need to... A little close. Can I get one more over? Nope. Because I don't want to stick it on the side. Because that's where all my staircases are. But this also needs to be close enough. Come on. Inch forward a little. Right? It's popping into the spot. There. Alright, now maybe that will be enough to get this guy working. Yay, it works. Excellent, we have enough. I happen to know that you need 2 windmills to run the sawmill, so... Hooray, we now have access to everything this provides because we already have level 7 carpentry, which is all this takes. But this runs on the advanced modules, so we don't have any modules for it yet. So there are some things like, where's that one for the boards? There's one for boards. So saw boards. It's like, oh, look, you use a little under 1, and you make 3. Or I come over here, and I use not quite a quarter to make 1. So until I get modules in there, the saw boards recipe is inferior, but once we get, I think, even just the tier 1 in there, I think it becomes slightly better than. So, for the moment, we'll continue using that for boards. There's a bunch of other recipes. We will get to that in the future. For now, however... Oh, right, there's one more thing I need to do before I get too much further on. Oh, and, as you can see, I've got this charcoal here. I was making a bunch of charcoal from the wood because it's like... Let's see, it's something like 10,000 joules worth of energy from the logs becomes 20 in the form of charcoal. So I've got these guys up over 2 days just from like 10 little bits of charcoal in each one, plus the fireplace. So I went and made, a bunch of charcoal. I switched over the campfire and the kiln to run off it as well. Obviously, that'll go a little bit better once we start getting modules into the kiln, but for now, it's still good enough. Now, one of the other things I've been working on is getting these research papers because we want to get pottery today. Where is pottery? All right. Hey, it's Halloween. Maybe I'll be Harry Potter. All right, so let's see. We got pottery skills. As you can see, I've got the research basic geology, the advanced geology done already because I had, between digging out the mine to get this stuff and digging, and, I already had the necessary mortared stone to make that. I went and made the things necessary for this. Now you'll see this is showing as filled already, but it's counting these as that as well, so we're going to need some more basic research as well. Don't worry, I have that covered. We'll just make 5 more of this. In fact, let's go. It's a good way to get rid of some of this stone that I've been producing that I'm not currently using. So we get that going, and we need the advanced engineering research paper, which, as you can see, takes a little less than one of each of these. We're not going to make enough to actually have that little bit less matter. So what we need to do now is get those into something that will actually count it. Alright, so we're going to grab these. We're going to put you guys in there. As you can see, I made just enough to make the research papers we need, because those windmills get expensive in cloth, and I don't want to run around grabbing, fibers. So we got 3. Queue that up. Go ahead and work. Now, we can go ahead and queue up our pottery skill book. Boop, just like that. And as stuff gets completed, it'll get into it. When everything is done, it'll run. So we can go ahead and just give a little bit of a sleep here. I don't have a beard on this character. Maybe I'll be more of a clean-cut Potter rather than a hairy Potter. Get it? It's funny. Hey, we hit level 7 on our mining, so that's all ready to go. Let's go ahead and grab our brand new skill. Pottery. Bam. Unlocked. I got the land claim papers from it. It is unlocked. But of course, we do not yet have the star. We have another 10 hours or so before we get our star. Let's get a couple of things done and dusted before that. You can come over here. That's good and ready. As you can see, I've been keeping a couple of things in the cart because as I've been mining deeper and mining in certain directions. And we'll go show you the mine right now. We'll go kind of show you what's going on there. It's a good thing we actually managed to get something new accomplished in the first 10 minutes rather than just me showing off exactly everything I've done between. I spent a couple of hours just kind of, idly working on stuff. I wasn't in too much of a rush. Now I am a little concerned about some of this. This is coming from these tailings, I'm fairly certain. If I pull up the map, I can go environment data, pollution, ground pollution. Oh, it's not actually showing ground pollution yet. Is this just trample? Okay, I guess it's just trample at the moment. Okay. Air pollution, don't have any air pollution at the moment. The ground pollution is not so bad that it shows up yet, which is good. gives us a little more time to work on things. Of course, as we increase the number of tailings, that's going to change, and there's really not a whole lot you can do with those other than bury them, unfortunately. Speaking of, we could probably process a couple more of these. And don't worry, it's not a big deal that I am doing this, because as you recall, this is a static value, so all this would affect is the time. Oh no, I've lost a couple of seconds. But we've got our basic mining upgrade here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to say, do that, please. Oh. Well, I have run myself out of calories, and now I need to slow walk up and refill my calories. Oops. I made a mistake. Oh, I think there's one more thing we could really be doing, too. I don't know how much I want to... we're getting to the point where it's about to be needed anyway. I could do it in advance. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. What am I doing? I came up here for food. Eat some wild stew. How are our things looking? Fat is a bit low, but we are getting fat from the wild stew, so that is helping to balance. You're 1,000, you're 1,100. Can I? Nope. All right. I know it's considered horrible. Yeah, fortunately, this is considered okay to me because it's really, good, and this is also okay. I'm not getting any really good foods yet, and unfortunately, there are several that I'm having to use that are not so great. But we are rapidly approaching the point where we're going to start getting some new cooking. Some new, cooking stuff. So that is good. That is good. And we're only level 6 on our campfire cooking. I can't believe that. Alright. I suppose when you're only cooking for one person, that's all you gotta worry about. Alright, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna put the basic upgrade in. Alright, and we've got not quite 3 minutes for that to process. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you the mine. As you can see, I kind of, made these landings a little bit like that. Now, I'm just did the turn here so I can get access to the iron. I am going to continue this path this way as we go down, and eventually I'll dig out a spot to stick the tailings, at least for a little while. I don't know how much iron we're actually going to need, since it's just me, and obviously some of these settings are a bit lower, since I just used the default single-player option, setup, but we'll find out. Alright, so this is fairly well done there. We still need to wait for that. Alright, we're waiting on that. Oh, yeah, as you can see, I got a bunch of the iron concentrate ready. Did you hear that? Eco better not be doing some weird Halloween thing on me. Anyway, what was I saying? I got some iron concentrate ready, but with Potter, we'll unlock the modules. So I want to wait at least until I have the advanced one. And as you can see, even with all the mining I did, I'm not even halfway through this iron pick yet. And I haven't processed any additional iron yet. Like, I haven't actually smelted it up yet. So we're doing pretty good, all things considered. Of course, we're still going to have to find ourselves some copper and some gold before we're done, which can be a bit of a pain. But for now, we're doing all right. Okay, so we're waiting on that. Let's get... I don't need to be in there yet. Let's get a little something. We have been neglecting our tailoring a little bit. Now, we've gotten ourselves up to the point where we have access to the medium rug. We don't have any rugs in any of our rooms, but that was in part because all of our rooms are soft capped on quality, but between pottery and our brand new sawmill, we have just gained access to tier 2 materials. At least once I actually specialize in pottery, we'll have the bricks, and I theoretically already have access to lumber. I would just have to make nails in order to make it, And like I said, I would like to get the yeah, the tier 1 upgrade before I process more iron for that, which would also end up helping in here as well. So as soon as we get that, let's see what level we actually need that. Pottery level 2, so it won't take long. Pottery level 1, there's our bakery oven. Let's see, what else is pottery 1? Bricks, of course, which we're going to want a bunch of. That's glassworking 1, pottery 1. Oh, our shale brick. We don't have access to shale at the moment, but this will let us get double the amount of bricks for the same amount of clay. We are going to be using a lot of mortar doing it, but that's not too big a deal since we can just crush sandstone into sand and then turn the sand into mortar. That appears to be all there is. There's standing steel brick sign. Ooh, neat. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Nobody seems to be using it on servers, at least. And of course, we're going to get access to a bunch of, additional stuff for the bathrooms. So let's go ahead and make ourselves 4 medium rugs. Now, this will be a little bit of a waste once we get access to the large rugs, but we're quite a ways off of that. Our tailoring skill, where is our tailoring skill? There it is only level 4, and that requires level 6. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Let it run. As you can see, our little mining upgrade there is done and ready. Do. And since the rocker box recipes are dynamic values, this will help. This is why I didn't process the other into the concentrate just yet. Collect modules, put you in, and there we go. Now it will take 1 1/4 crushed iron in order to craft an iron concentrate. Unfortunately, it still takes 12 iron ore to make 2, so it's 6 to 1. So we're still not getting great rates, but that's going to have to be a matter of replacing this with the next tier up machine. We're not ready for that anytime soon. We've got a bunch of cooking to do before we get to that, and we'll probably do the glass stuff first as well. In fact, I think what I may do, depending on how it looks, let's go ahead and tell you to process some. 1 1/4, huh? So if I do 4, that's pretty good. We'll do that. Yeah, so depending on how it looks, I might do glass before we get into better cooking. But that's going to entirely depend on how long it's going to take to get the next star after this one. And what I want to do is I want to wait for those rugs to be done. I'll put the rugs down, because even though we won't get the full bonus for them, we'll still get a partial bonus. Because it's a soft cap, not a hard cap. And then we'll get our star. And get into pottery. I'll be a clean-shaven potter. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. We can get our first 2 down. We'll get the ones over here. And these take up a little bit of room. That's fine. There we go. We got that. Looks like we got one more while we were waiting, which for some reason is going into the stockpile. I can't put that there because of the door. I can put it there, however. Alright, so we got 30 seconds. We'll get our last one. We will sleep. We will get our star in 9 hours and 20 minutes of in-game time. Oh, looks like that iron concentrate has no place to go. I have been kind of bouncing off some storage problems. That's why I've been processing down as much as I can. All right, 3, 2, 1, 0. Got our last rug, which will go into our kitchen. Boop, just like that. And now we are down to, yeah, see, like, it shaved off a few minutes. Not great, but let's just take a quick peek. 21% reduction in the kitchen, 16, 14, 11. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're going to replace most of this with Tier 2 materials, and we'll be getting our full, or much closer to full, bonus again. Alright, so we're going to lay here and sleep. I'm going to drink a little bit of coffee while we wait. Just below drinkable temperature. Hopefully it'll still be drinkable in 10 minutes when I'm done filming the episode. The challenges of a YouTuber. So anyway, we're just gonna kind of sit here and do this. Look at this. We're technically only in the middle of day 2, as far as this is concerned. And we had that 30 days to get this all done. And let me tell you, we're just now entering Tier 2. There are 4 tiers. And it's only going to take longer from here. Because there is only so much we can do to mitigate the exponential curve of earning stars. There is a reason why there are some skills I have chosen to skip. We will just put it that way. Oh, and we are starting to lose some of our food. Let's wake up real quick. Do I have any more of those? Got the craving for fried tomatoes. Let's eat the fried tomatoes. Delicious. Excellent. We're going to need more of that. Let's go ahead and eat the... Nope, we can't. We'll eat that for a little bit. Craving satisfied for fried tomatoes. Alright. How much longer? An hour, 2 minutes? Alright. We're just about there. Just about there. Almost. And then we will have pottery. Don't look at me like that. You're supposed to be sleeping. Weirdo. That should have been it. 2 minutes. Why are you saying 2 minutes? I think I lost a little bit of more food along the way. There we go. Alright, so let's see what it has to say. 14 hours, 30, 34, 36 minutes? Yeah, I think we can afford to get the glass making before we get our 2 improved cooking skills. So we're good on that front. Alright, let's go ahead and get our pottery first. Potter? Potter. There we go. Alright. I have become a potter. Potter! Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Okay. What was I doing? I came over here. Alright, so the main problem at the moment is I don't have any clay. However, I am in one of the biomes that has a lot of clay. So collecting that isn't going to be a big deal. I don't have access to shale, so I'm not going to be making great use of it at first. But we do have access to it. Oh, look, it's this little thing I started digging out way back near the beginning. It's almost like I knew I was going to need this stuff at some point. How strange. How odd. Alright, I'm gonna stop. How peculiar. Alright, after the peculiar. Alright. So we're gonna need a whole bunch of this clay, which as you can see is just gonna kinda suck getting. Which is part of the reason why doing the crushed shale into it is such a good thing, is because, well, you get double the brick for the same amount of clay, and getting the clay is much more of a pain in the butt than getting the shale. At least if you're already a miner. Which, since this is in the whole masonry tree along with miner, it's obviously an intentional thing. Almost like it was designed that way. Oop, alright, not enough space in destination inventory. I'll put you back. And let's go make some space in that destination inventory. Now, let me just take a look at the map really quick. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Alright, so we've got forest there. Not what I want to see. Can I see world? No, I can't. Alright. I can see oil fields. Oh, wow. We'll need that later. I wanted to see if there was something about, like, the mineral contents, but not so much. Alright, so I got that. Where is my nearest swamp? My marshlands. Where? Oh, all the way there. And as you can see, I think that, I'm pretty sure that is some shale. Literally the opposite side of the planet. So we're not going to deal with that right now. Now, it's not insurmountable. It is definitely something we can do something about. Because I think most of this is going to be granite. Or not granite, but basalt. Yeah, that is not convenient to get to at all. Yeah, not even slightly convenient to get to. Oof. So we'll just make do without for the moment. If we find ourselves with a need for a ridiculous number of bricks, we will probably do something about it. But for now, as you can see, it takes half of a piece of clay to craft at this setting. I think it's a full piece per. So let's just go ahead and set this to 40. We're going to go ahead, make as many bricks as we are currently able with what we have. We're just going to let that process for 10 minutes. And hopefully that'll get us level 2. Now, level 2, we're gonna need some more clay. That's okay, as you can see, we have a bunch outside still. But we're also going to be needing a bunch of the bricks that we're making now. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Do I only have 3 machines that need it? No, because the bloomery needs it as well, so 4. We're gonna need 4, which if I was looking at that correctly, it looks like we're going to be making roughly the right number of bricks to make all 4. So that's good. Now it does mean, let's see, 4 times 6 on the clay, so 24 additional. I don't know that we'll have enough, but the first upgrade is going to go right into the kiln, so it'll reduce the cost of the other 3 by 10%. So we might just be able to do this. Let's go ahead and we're going to temporarily move these guys up here so that I can put some more clay into this one without having to deal with that. Oh, I don't think I showed you guys that one. That was one of the other things I was intending to show. Oh, look it, we're level 2 already. Yeah, I put one on the roof here. Did this for a very specific reason. That reason being, I couldn't get the sawmill into range. And it's not like we're actually going to be building a third layer on this, because there is going to be a point where we need to build a separate structure. It'll just end up being that. We're not near it yet, but I don't think we're going to fill that room with equipment before we reach that point. So, I'm not too concerned about that. So, alright, I will come back in a few minutes. Actually, you know what? We're at the end of the episode. Alright, so we've started our career in pottery. I am going to collect a bunch of clay in the interim here, and we will come back next episode and get started on our upgrades, our advanced upgrades. And maybe I'll try and work out a way to get to that shale. I'm not looking forward to that. It's not insurmountable, it's just gonna be a pain in the butt. But that's it for now. Alright, our kiln is firing up there, back behind our little windmill. We're pressing forward. I am a not-so-Harry Potter. So, until next time, have a good one.